and Aquarius is air. 6. Virgo is earth and Pisces is water. The 1863 Union Bible story of, quote, Eve and, quote, Adam were founded upon the Moorish Zodiac 12 signs law, the negative and the positive forces of nature, female and male. In harmony with nature, 1. Aries is fire and Gemini is air. 2. Leo is fire and Libra is air. 3. Sagittarius is fire and Aquarius is air. Persons born under the opposite signs and the angle signs are in harmony with one another in every manner. Thus, first-hand knowledge of the sign under which you and your mate were born will guide your destiny in peace, progress, and happiness forever. Let us remember that this is not a theory. The zodiac is absolute universal standard of marriage and human guidance. Woman and man will know their duty toward one another and their children without being forced by the traditional code for the courtroom. Article 6. The one and only universal moral law for unity, peace, and economic and social progress. The Moorish Zodiac Constitution is the only universal, unchanged moral law for the human family, for unity, human equality, respect, peace, and economic and social progress. Therefore, every Moor, the Beys and Elves, must be guided by this Constitution in book, Clock of Destiny. Do that which is right by reason and have respect for, quote, white, end quote, lawmakers and citizens of the Magna Charta Union Society of the 50 states in order to demand respect from them. The, quote, white, end quote, peoples of the Union are guided by their Magna Charta traditions and customs, and the Moors are guided by the Zodiac Constitution law. Nevertheless, their customs and traditions, including themselves, must be respected by the Moors, without submitting themselves to any of the Magna Charta customs. That which is termed the Christian law is a rule of action recorded on paper and supported by authority and force. The zodiac law of nature is recorded in the wisdom of women and men and supported by moral intelligence, the greatest law. Knowledge of the zodiac masonry, as shown in this Moorish constitution and also in my book Clock of Destiny, Volume 1 and 2, will prevent a Moorish American, he or she, from indulging in crime. They, them, would not have to appear in the courtroom to stand trial. Should a Moorish American who has this constitution and book 1 and 2 indulge in crime, such as narcotics, robbery, forgery, prostitution, illegal whiskey or alcohol, illegal schemes, gambling, peace breaking, violence, and disrespect for the law of the city, country, state, and federal, they then have incriminated themselves and therefore will be penalized. This Constitution, card, and book definitely does not protect criminals. Beware, all caps. The Clock of Destiny Moorish American Card of Identification and Constitution has been registered in the Library of Congress and signed by author C. M. Bey, otherwise known as Charles Mosley Bey. A Moorish American cannot be convicted on false accusations, frame up charges. The evidence against a Moorish American must be concrete proof, beyond a shadow of doubt. The Moorish nation of 15,000,1951 of U.S.A. shall not be destroyed for lack of truth and knowledge of the law and constitution of the Moors. Article 7. The Moorish American freedom and legal in the Christian Union courtroom. In the Christian Union courtroom, the Moors cannot be forced to remove their red fez from their heads, nor can they be forced to raise their hand and take oath over the Christian Bible. Neither can Moors, the Beys and Els, employ, quote, white, end quote, or, quote, Negro, end quote, lawyers to represent them. The reason for this is that, quote, white, end quote, people and their, quote, Negro, end quote, slaves definitely cannot represent free Moorish Americans. The Negro is the property of the Union slave holders. The Moors must respect the court by saying, I affirm. Here, the court has no jurisdiction over them, which automatically makes them qualified to defend themselves by their ZODIAC constitution law and their mathematical number 9. The number 9 corresponds with the letter I, based on the 9 months from conception to birth, which makes you, yourself, the great I am. The first and the highest law of self-protection and self-preservation in harmony with your zodiac 12 signs, unchanged constitution, moral law of 360 degrees squared by your number 9. The Moorish zodiac constitution is referred to in Christian mythology as the Holy Quran or Al-Quran, meaning the earth, the moon, the sun, and the 7 planets, or chronology zodiac, record of the Moorish nation of the North Gate, North America. The name Mohammed, prophet, religion, God, church, temple, and mosque were established by the Dutch Anglo-Saxon priesthood Franciscan Father of North, who overthrew the Moorish Society of Islam between 1789 and the Union of 1863. The Moors, the Beys and Els, must never attempt to teach or lecture in the Christian institutions, namely church, temple, mosque, school, and hall. This is a violation of the Union Society states' right Magna Charta Code of Mary and Christ. The truth of the Moorish Zodiac Constitution law and moral human principle definitely conflicts with the Christian Union customs and doctrine of the Magna Carta from every angle. Nor do not criticize the, quote, white, quote, and people's belief in the religion of their sun and woman image. Nor do they ever attempt to influence the white, quote, end quote, people to accept the oral truth and principles of your 12 sign zodiac constitutional law. Because the Magna Charta is a Latin phrase meaning magnate charter of, quote, white, end quote, peoples, economic and social attraction only, which had its beginning in the colonies of Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, and Illinois in 1848 and 1854. If the lawmakers of the 50 Union States Society of North America should attempt to ignore the Moorish American Zodiac law and birthrights of this Constitution, it would be an act of supreme violation of their own Magna Charta Code. Wa alaikum assalam. The Moorish Zodiac Constitution is the only universal, unchanged moral law for the human family, for unity, human equality, respect, peace, and economic and social progress. The peoples, that concludes the Zodiac Constitution by Charles Mosley Bey, AA 222141. And till the next time we meet, share, because that is care. Islam.